Hello, hi, and welcome. I'm Bunny. It's so wonderful to be here with you today. Before we jump into the video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below to tell me how your day is going. Now let's game on. So today, I am giving you a speed build in The Sims, and I have built a family home on the Daisy Hovel lot of Willow Creek. It's not terribly expensive, despite my unwillingness to budget this build, and I think it's super cute. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, single-story home, with the potential of a 4th bedroom via the office space being easily convertible into said nursery or bedroom. The existing rooms are the main suite, which is dark and cozy with plenty of space for hobbies, a teen girl room that is fun and pink with lots of creative skill items in it, a young boy's bedroom, which has the cute green and blue bedroom set that I've never actually used before, a living space that has a TV area, a dining area, and a kitchen, an office with all the necessities of a consummate professional, and a foyer with plenty of room for take-home projects if you have the Parenthood pack, but it's also just a nice space to put temporary skill items. This house is almost entirely base game, with only non-essential decorative items from the free holiday pack, the everyday clutter kit, and the bathroom clutter kit. In the foyer is a family computer, and the office space has a computer for your adult Sims, with extra desk space on the side for kids to do their homework if you don't want them at the dining table. house is in the style of a cookie cutter or new development suburban, with a couple more unique choices made for a more interesting visual appeal while you play. It also has a backyard that reminds me of my childhood in the most nostalgic of ways, whilst also being very pretty. Actually, I have two stories to tell about this house and the way it reminds me of family and playtime as a child. When I was a kid, I was very desperate for a garden and a little play clubhouse. However, I grew up in apartments back to back for many years, and the few backyards I had access to through friends and my grandfather were all very different from what I wanted. At my grandfather's house, the backyard was cramped and overrun with a wooden deck and a sand pit that he built for me. I was so happy and grateful he wanted somewhere safe for me to play, and even by the back door, he had small planters with rosemary and thyme. The other backyard I played in belonged to a family of my childhood best friend, and it was overgrown and not a safe space to play, so it was easier to go to the park. While this backyard might not have much for the kids to do, there are parks nearby, and the best part is that there are other little luxurious things that they can do with their parents. They can play chess on the porch or eat grilled dinner together. They can sunbathe by the hot tub, and they can even make little gardens in the planters.
Discovery Houston, trim to ATO. Beautiful, beautiful.
The backyard is too small for play structures. It's got too many flowers to make room for a sand pit, but it's not so small you can't enjoy your time there. It has space for a family. This is the first video I've ever edited fully, so finishing it was very special to me, and I had to do a lot of things I've never done before to make it look good. It's probably still not the best. I've never worked on a project like this before. I don't think I've had the confidence to until now. And even though it's not the best, I hope you can still enjoy it. I had to cut a lot of footage in this house. I had to cut the bathroom so I wouldn't have to talk for forever. There was a long struggle with the half bath, which I'd wanted to leave in at first. It ended up being partially pushed into the chimney, which ended up as a purely decorative piece of architecture by the end. I had to cut footage of the main suite, as it had gotten corrupted, which, for whatever reason it did. that corrupted footage reminded me of my parents. Or rather, the first time I realized how they had different interests from me. My mom is a strong and really beautiful woman. We're similar to a fault. We don't always get along because of it, but when she finally got to take me from the apartments to a house, I got to see a new side of her. I've always loved to draw. I've been drawing since I could hold a relatively pencil-shaped object in my hands. And I've been obsessed with art for as long as I can remember. From classical portraits from the old masters of the Renaissance, to the beautiful light figures in my favorite anime and cartoons. Little did I know that when she was younger, my mom used to paint. It was the first house we lived in that she brought out her old paintings out of storage for the first time in a long time. She'd colored with me when I was little, but seeing her old paintings, I felt like this was something we could do together, so I tried to get her some paints for her birthday. I was devastated to learn that her old interest in painting was just that, old and no longer a part of her life. We ended up going out for lunch on her birthday, and when we got home, my dad revealed he'd gotten us coloring books. We both sat down, and I realized coloring required a level of patience I no longer had, as I prefer the part of art all my friends tell me is the hardest, line art. It was as I sat there frustrated with the markers that I realized my mom was having fun just coloring with me. And I loved that moment with her more than any time we ever danced while cleaning the house and listening to loud music, or any time we watched old cartoons while eating junk food, or even when she was teaching me to cook. The main suite of this house has room for your adult Sims interests. I think it's great how at every stage of life we can continue to grow into ourselves and make ourselves better and gain new or revive old interests if you want to. Sometimes it's a really good idea to slow down when playing The Sims. I've been guilty of overcheating and boosting my Sims skills too much, and getting bored with the game because of that. Slow down, grow the flowers yourself, and take a moment sometimes. Of course, I've also found that for short lifespan challenges, some cheating here and there won't be the end of the world. My favorite thing about The Sims is that ultimately you can play however you want. Make that huge million simoleon chateau and live in it, or work your way towards that through many, many generations. Sometimes I want a short, sweet, fun save, so I make the equivalent of a Disney Channel teen and just enjoy the short gameplay loop of high school years. I'm really blessed to be in a place where I have most of the packs, which is why in this house I actually struggled to limit myself. It does have a few non-essential clutter items, and a light from the holiday pack, which is free. I love the holiday pack. It's really nice, and I love how many little things it adds to the game in terms of representation. Plus, it has cute candles. As we go into the tour, I would like to say that I do spend a little extra time showing off the parental suite and its attached bathroom, these areas that we didn't get to see in the bulk of the video. I linger especially in the bathroom because I am kind of jealous of it. A standing shower and separate tub sounds so wonderful. As we wrap up, I want to thank you for coming to play The Sims with me, and I hope you stick around and let me know what you want to see in the future. I am a self-taught, one-man show at the moment, and I might not always play The Sims, but I will be posting every Saturday, given that life's circumstances permit it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a beautiful day. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.